Hello. So I am 4 weeks, 4 days post-op, 1 day post chemo. It is Saturday, the 22nd. I had chemo yesterday. Pretty rough chemo experience. As soon as they started my first chemo drug, I started getting nerve pain, which is par for the course. Um, my husband massaged my legs, and they have massage therapists that walk around the chemo floor. And the lady, they have someone who walks around to kind of check what's going on with everyone's chemo booth. And she saw Gary rubbing my legs, and she says, "Oh, I'm going to send the massage therapist over." So I'm thinking, "Oh, great." Like, she barely put any pressure. It was terrible. So when she was done, I told Gary, "Please press some more." So he pressed more, and I was able to fall back asleep for a little bit here and there. I slept a lot, but I woke up a lot too. So yesterday, once we got home, he left back out and he went to the cannabis store, which we have one a few miles away. It's the only legal one within the county. Well, I'm kind of on the border of Riverside County, so it's the only legal one in Riverside County. So he went there and he got me some topical creams, which were great. The first one I got open is like a pen, and I put it around my wrist. I rolled it on, and that gave me immediate relief. Not immediate; it took a few minutes, but nice relief within the joint there and my hands. And then when he had taken my daughter real quick to get some food, and when they came back, he had another topical that he bought in a jar, and he did my legs and feet for me. Um, I started off with an edible. I also took an edible 10 milligrams. 10 milligrams kind of gave me the same type of relief an oxy or, would give me. Kind of just makes you high, but it doesn't take away the pain. Um, and so I waited, and then I took another 10 milligrams, and that just numbed everything once it kicked in. And then I went to bed. Slept a long time. I didn't wake up till 12 today. Um, but I didn't go to bed till late too. It was like 1 or 2 or so when I finally succumbed. Um, my husband had bought me those compression boots, so those were going as well. And then, but even though I was pretty numb at that point. So right now, it's 20 milligrams to get complete pain relief. Um, I shouldn't need it today, and I shouldn't need it tomorrow. I think I was supposed to take another steroid last night, and I have to read it. But so I think the steroid just, maybe worked itself out or just wasn't enough. And the steroids, they kind of control the swelling around your veins, which they think is what causes this neuropathy. But the second chemo drug I take, the carboplatin, is the one that causes most of this nerve damage. And 2 months out of chemo, you would think that I would have had some relief in that, and I did not. Actually, it was actually felt worse after surgery, because prior to surgery, I didn't feel any type of problems in my feet. In my legs, yes, but I've been having, prior to even starting chemotherapy, prior to the cancer diagnosis, I already had problems within my legs, RLS and whatnot, which they actually think I have an autoimmune disorder. When I've said this before, but that's on the back burner right now. I'm not even concerned about that at this point. I'll worry about that later. But so they think a lot of why I'm having so many issues of this nature is because I have an autoimmune disorder as well that's not helping. So, so I don't do chemo again until March 13th, I believe, which is a Friday. I do see my doctor, the oncologist, again on March 5th. And around that same time, I will be doing blood work. I think if I have to go the 5th, I'll just do blood work there that day, which will give us an indication of the cancer marker. Hopefully that can get down to 0. had gone in December, which was my last chemo. It was a 17. And when I tested this time before chemo, it was 47. So it rose. But that, I was 2 months off chemo and a month before surgery. So who knows? I mean, it shouldn't have grown in that month, but you never know. So right now I feel okay. I'm just tired. I just went through my stuff, paperwork. I had to request a medical ID card. Oh, let's go to that. I need to stop for a second. So when I arrived yesterday, and we check in, it's a building, so we check in downstairs, and they print out, your wristband that you have to wear. And she's like, oh, well, I don't see an authorization approval. I'm like, what do you mean you don't see an authorization approval? Like, I completely lost it. And so then I sat. She says, and they don't come in until 8:30, so they can't check until 8:30. And I'm like, okay. So at 8 o'clock, I call my medical provider, which is IEHP, Inland Empire Health Plan. And I tell her, one, I need a new ID card because I don't know what I did with the one you sent me, because I opened it post-surgery when I got home, and I have no clue where I put it. So she does that, and then she's like, she puts me on hold while she checks with the authorization department, and then she says, well, we wouldn't actually put it here in IHP office. It goes to the Inland Empire's doctor's directory or whatever. That's who all authorizations go through. And so she does that. She's like, but they don't have anything in the system that anything was sent. So she says, so even if it gets sent or they call, they said, it's still going to take 24 to 72 hours to get approved.
She said leave it by the drop box on Monday. Is that thing?
Or anyways, so I tell the lady at the front desk, I'm going to walk over to my oncologist's office because it's like 2 buildings away. So I huff it over there, like in tears. I'm so upset. And then I get there and I explain to the receptionist. Now Julie, who's the scheduler, is standing kind of by the door. So she walks over and she says, you don't need a pre-op. You don't need authorization. She says, it's continuing care. And so she's like, she calls them up. She's like, she doesn't need an authorization. It's continuation of care. So they saw me. I got checked in. It was a little bit late, like 15 minutes late. And then she hooked up my port, and they draw back to make sure they get blood flow. And so she wasn't seeing any blood flow. So then I think she flushed it with a combination of the heparin, the blood thinner, and just regular saline. She flushed it, and then she tried it again and got blood flow. So she did that, and the port is so much easier. I was so freaked about how bad it was going to hurt because you hear these people, but I have a cream, a prescription cream that I put on, and it numbs it really good. I don't even feel it, but even without the cream, it's not that bad because they stick it right into the port, and they tape it down. It's pretty quicker than for me if they were trying to do an IV. And that was it. They started my pre-meds, and which is, pre-meds are Benadryl, an anti-nausea medicine, something for your stomach to protect your stomach, and the steroid. So, and then I was about halfway through. She was just hanging, or just before, about an hour before she hung my second chemo med. She's like, oh, we're gonna have to give you some magnesium, which takes 4 hours to drip or something like that. Maybe it was 2 hours. No, it was an hour before, because I don't know. Anyway, the magnesium added an hour and a half onto my infusion time, basically. So I didn't get out of there till 3. By the time you get on the freeway, blah, blah, blah. We got home about 4:30, so about not that bad, but we stopped to get some food to eat. I got Chick-fil-A, I got some grilled nuggets. And then we came home. Last night, like I said, I had to take the edibles. I was in a lot of pain. And they worked, along with the topical, Today I'm staying hydrated, a combination of water and electrolytes. And I mean electrolytes, I mean I'm drinking Gatorade Zero and Powerade Zero and water. I've had about 40 ounces of water so far this morning. Anyways. And I'm still in my recovery room. I haven't moved back to my where I normally record. But I've got to clean up in there. I've had some subscription boxes come in and I've unloaded them and they're just sitting on top of my vanity. I need to pack up my vanity, start packing for when we list the house for sale. But so yeah. Oh, and on that end, another property came up in the town that we're looking to move to. It's 10 acres, so it's a manufactured home, but it's on 10 acres of land. So he contacted our real estate agent that's looking for us out there because we had some questions because we see a propane tank and then we see a water tank. So we just want to see if it has water connection or not, and propane or an electric, all that, you know. But it's $100,000, so that's not bad. Square footage wise, I mean it's manufactured home, but square footage wise it is bigger than the house that we're looking at in town. So we'll see. Keeping our options open. Excuse me. Our goal is to be out of here by June, whether I'm still being treated or not. At that point, if I still need care, then we will transfer my care to Texas, to out there. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else going on. Yeah, no, nothing going on. I'll try to get this uploaded today, but if not, I mean, I'll get it uploaded at some point. I've really been procrastinating on getting these vlogs out, and I'm really sorry about that, you guys. It's just the longer this process has gone on, the more of a toll it has taken on my mind, my mental health, and just in general how I feel. So yeah, and now I'm pretty much housebound for the most part without my spleen. I mean, I got the inoculations, but now that I've started chemo, I did not get immunosuppressed the first time around. All my numbers stayed great, which they were pretty shocked at. And again, I credit my husband for all the vitamins and supplements he has me on. But this time, even if I were to take all those, that my spleen is now gone. It's like a double whatever. So they do fully expect me to go immunosuppressed. So even if I wore a mask and washed my hands, just being out in public is not, like, I'd really have to, like, even just a trip to the store is going to be problematic. I mean, the mask, and I have good masks, I should say. I have the kind I get from the hospital, but my husband also bought me online some really good masks. So I do have those, and I could use those, and they help, and it's better than, you know, the masks. They last, and there's no 20-minute whatever. So, I mean, that and it's good. And I wear glasses, so as long as I don't touch my eyes. But you get what I'm saying. It's just a lot, you know. So, but I will still try to get out. It's just, you know, I'm going to have to be very careful about where I go. And that's pretty much it. That really is it. So, while I had the energy, I kind of cleaned up some stuff that, you know, cleaned out my drawers and stuff like that. My husband's washing bedding. Once he's done washing his bedding, I need to have him wash a load of my laundry. And I need to go through my closet and start packing up. I need to go get a wardrobe box and just pack up the stuff that I don't wear all the time that can be packed, you know. We don't have a whole lot of furniture to move because I'm not taking my couch from here. I'll take my entryway table and stuff like that, but the cats have ruined the couch, so when we move, I'll just get a new couch. my bedroom is going. I don't know that I'm going to take this twin bedroom set. I mean, I guess if we have the room, I think this house is a 4-bedroom house, so I would have the room, you know, take it. But not a lot of furniture, and mostly just a lot of stuff because I live with pack rats. But I told my husband if we get this 10 acres, I would like to take our pool because, well, we could set up the pool and put a, you know, we'd have to put sand down because it looks like it's out in the rocky area, so we'd have to bring in sand and do all that, which is no big deal, and put the pool on that, you know, so there's no rocks coming up through it. And just build a deck around it, so that would be kind of nice. That's pretty much it, guys. I think that's it. I always welcome comments and questions. If you want to keep informed of what's going on, go ahead and hit subscribe and like. I'm gonna do another giveaway, even though the last giveaway was kind of, you know, they never contacted me, so I ended up donating that whole basket to the Goodwill. That's okay. So I'm gonna do another giveaway. Probably gonna be a gift card, like a Visa gift card, and we'll see how that goes. I'm also thinking about maybe selling 50/50 raffle tickets. You guys let me know if you'd be interested in that. I gotta raise some funds. Starting to run low. Even though I have been reimbursed for the money I paid to the hospital, there's some things I'm not going to get reimbursed for, like all the prescription meds I had to buy out of pocket before my Medi-Cal kicked in, and even just stuff that we've bought just for the care. Although the prescriptions, I have to contact Rite Aid, not Rite Aid, I go to Walgreens and ask them, can I be refunded starting October 1st forward, because that's about $3,200 right there. And my regular meds, my insulin, and the regular meds I was taking ran a little over $800 a month. So that's $3,200 right there. So I mean, it's expensive. I don't, even if if I was working, if I'd been able to stay working and my medical kicked in, I still would have been paying 20% of all these costs. And just my medical bills at the hospital are already over $400,000. That's surgery, everything over $400,000, you guys. You know, 20% of that for an average person. I mean, it's insane. I understand why people have the Gofundmes out there, because 20% of a huge, and these cancer bills come run into the millions. And so, you know, even if someone worked or had medical coverage, the financial toll it hits on you is it's insane. If you are healthy right now, I'd be talking to a financial planner about options for additional coverage. Aflac, one of those, just an additional plan. I think it's totally worth the money, because if you get sick, these plans pick up the extra cost. Usually you have to stop working or you're out of work because you cannot work through this. And people who do, I don't know how they do it. They probably do it because they don't have a choice. So, look into supplemental care, you guys. If you're not sick now, I would look into it. And hopefully once I'm feeling a little bit better, I'm going to get my Cricut cutter out, and I'm going to probably going to make some uterine cancer warrior stuff to sell on eBay, or to sell on Amazon. Make some products up so I can have some sort of income coming in. So my Social Security came back. I haven't had enough points to file for any type of disability, because the last time I had enough points, credits, however they work it, was in 2015. So I haven't worked enough since then to earn any credits. So that was denied, which sucks. But you know, it is what it is. and I'll figure it out. So yeah, my husband and kids got me the Cricut cutter. I'm looking at it in the shelf over here. So once I'm feeling better, I'm probably gonna sell some merchandise just to help make money that way. And other things, and the Cricut cutter, you can use it for so many things. So yeah, I'm super tired. That's it. Remember to stay grateful and thankful. Remember, each day is not guaranteed, you guys. So just go out there and live your lives and be grateful for everything you have and for everyone in your life. Till next time. Bye.